Well, again, in this sense, he also lost the war. If his aim was to divide Europe, to divide NATO, he's achieved exactly the opposite. I mean, I was amazed by how quick, how strong, and how unanimous the European reaction was. I think the Europeans surprised themselves. You even see countries like Finland and Sweden sending arms to Ukraine and closing their airspace. They didn't even do it in the Cold War. It's really amazing to see it. I think another very important thing is what has been dividing the West over the several years now. It's what people term the culture war. The culture war between left and right, between conservatives and liberals. And I think this war can be an opportunity to end the culture war within the West, to make peace in the culture war. First of all, because you suddenly realize we are all in this together. There are much bigger things in the world than these arguments between left and right within the Western democracies. And it's a reminder that we need to stand united to protect Western liberal democracies. But it's deeper than that. Much of the argument between left and right seemed to be in terms of a contradiction between liberalism and nationalism. Like you need to choose, and the right goes with nationalism and the left goes more liberalism. And Ukraine is a reminder that no, the two actually go together. Historically, nationalism and liberalism are not opposites. They are not enemies. They are friends. They go together. They meet around the central value of freedom, of liberty. And to see a nation fighting for its survival, fighting for its freedom, you see it on Fox News, or you see it in CNN, and yes, they tell us the story a little differently, but they suddenly see the same reality. And they find common ground. And the common ground is to understand that nationalism is not about hating minorities or hating foreigners. It's about loving your compatriots and reaching peaceful agreement about how we want to run our country together. And I hope that seeing what is happening would help to end the culture war in the West. And if this happens, we don't need to worry about anything. You know, when you look at the real power balance, if the Europeans stick together, if the Americans and the Europeans stick together and stop this culture war and stop tearing themselves apart, they have absolutely nothing to fear, the Russians or anybody else.